Hey, good evening. It's Thursday night, April 15th. So this morning we talked about the first part of what Jesus' ultimate challenge after he goes through these first things, these Beatitudes. And that was to be salt. And he says we are the salt of the earth. But then he follows it up with, we are the light. We are the light of Christ that people see. That challenge to us. So he says, you are the light of the world. And if you are going to be a light, he gives the example, you don't want to cover it up and put a bowl over it. You let the light shine. And so the same way, you want to let your light shine before men so they may see your good works and glorify, honor, praise your Father in heaven. Now, simple question, what are those good works? Well, that's just what we've been talking about in these first things, in these Beatitudes. This ability to mourn, this ability to be poor in spirit, to be a peacemaker, to be a person who hungers and thirsts for righteousness. See, those are the good things Jesus is talking about. And when you and I do that, we become light. And this light has a dual function, just like the salt. People, they see the way to Christ, they see the hope that is there, they see the good behavior that is there, and then this also begins to act as salt. It begins to give flavor and taste to life. And it begins to preserve us, pull us out from the mess of this world. Jesus is the light of the world. His word brings light to our eyes. That light within us is the light that people see. Sometimes they may never get to see or hear you say anything about Scripture, but they can see the way that you act, and that action becomes a light, becomes an encouragement. Yes, we live in a dark world. The Gospel of John is clear about this, that light shines in the darkness. Well, that light is the Word of Christ, that light is the person of Christ, but that light shining in the darkness is also the people of God, the family of God, the sons of God that he's been telling us about. See, these first things, these are the first things that Jesus says, they mark us. So that light, again, the beautiful light behind me, the sun coming down. That's why I wanted to be outside tonight. That light is the hope that is so desperately needed. It's not going to come from anywhere else. Sadly, it's not coming from our educational system. It's not coming from our news media. And too often, it's not even coming from our churches. The light of Christ, the way that you can show love and compassion, the way that you can overlook somebody being unkind to you and have this bigger vision about the glories of heaven. And you can make the glorious light of heaven right now on this planet, in your life, in your world, in your conversations with your children, with your teenage children, with your spouse, with people around who are struggling. We can show the light of Christ. Don't put that light under a big bowl and hide it. That's what Jesus is challenging us with. Just as he said, if we lose our ability to give flavor and preservatives to earth in the right way, then it's useless. Well, your light, if you hide it, it's also useless. It won't do anything but give you a whole bunch of fog and smog pollution inside that bowl. Give yourself the glorious privilege of being the light of Christ. And that's how this section on the Beatitudes, that's how it ends for us. Blessed are the poor in spirit, which seems like such a dead-end answer. It ends with being the glorious light of God, Christ, in the world around us. That's worth giving your life to. That's worth giving everything to bring honor to Christ. And that's the thought for this night. Be salt, be the light, because it's not coming from anywhere else but the work of Christ from within us. Again, Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of these videos. Continue to love your comments and feedback. Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. These will come to you automatically. This night, as this sun sets behind me, think about how God has called you to be a light and how you can bring His light to the darkness around you and bring joy. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Good night.